Greetings, this is Polly. I was watching some movie reviews from Croco Drinker, Ben Nerdrotic, Altiori. There are others as well. I'll go on there and see how they and laugh as they rip up something, the quartering, all kinds of sites like this. What they don't, I think, sometimes fully understand is the historical context of wokeism. They see it as just a foreign left covering on films, games, anything it gets hands on, really. But it goes back way before that. It was in the universities. It's called deconstruction. Now, anyone that's been taking literature classes the last 20 years knows what deconstruction is. As you read. Simple, deconstruction means everything is subjective. There's no objective truth in anything. You take, I'll give you an example. Take, Tom Sawyer. And you may say it's a story about a boy in Missouri growing up in the 1840s and all kinds of adventures he has. Okay, that's your objective look at it. But a subjective look at it could be, well, remember it's a four-lift covering. It's truly about a boy going through his sexual identity in the 1840s. No, you see, that's nonsense. See, Mark Twain didn't mean that. But you see, deconstruction, not even the writer himself may not have known what he wrote. Everything is subjective. And that's been a curse in literature classes. But you know, this goes back even further. You take modern art. In now, some of these paintings were just paints thrown on a canvas, smeared around, and say, this is art. This is the forest. You see, no, it's just globs of paint. And the critics would say, oh, you rube, you hick, you idiot. No, that's a forest. It's subjective. You look at it that way. Well, that didn't so well. It's like, no, something else that they did with music. Atonal music. You ever hear that stuff? You don't hear it anymore, but if you ever heard it, it's scary stuff. Again, music is subjective. Melody, what's melody? What's rhythm? What's this stuff? No, we hear all these disconsonant chords being played. Well, the trouble is, no one wanted to listen to it. The concerts wouldn't play it because people would not come to listen to it. So that got thrown out. Well, where else did they go? Universities. Ideal. And they've been there, parasites. Mainly in the liberal arts. We see the results of it in wokeism. Again, everything is subjective. Let's take Star Wars. It has canon. But the deconstruction, well, there's no canon. That's subjective, but there is no objective reality. Everything is subjective. And that's why they changed the canon totally. They just threw it out. And that's the way it's going to be with everything. And the latest versions of Star Wars The Acolyte, there's nothing to do with Star Wars. I'm not even going to say what it is. You can watch the critics I just named, and they'll give you a much better review than I ever would. I couldn't watch it. It was just bad. Badly written, badly acted. It looked like a cheap TV. No, it looked like a student production. High school student production. This is the element of wokeism. It doesn't have to be good. One of the good things about it is it takes no talent. Indeed, it's better if you have no talent. Modern art took no talent. You didn't have to know how to draw a house or a forest or a person. Just some paint smeared around. There's a house. There's a person. See? Atonal music. It doesn't take melody. I mean, not to make people have that. Just bang out chords on a piano or some scary sounds and voila, art. Well, not quite. Same way with deconstruction. Now you gotta do Tom Sawyer, for instance, so many ways. And there's so many ways you can interpret that. Aha, but with deconstruction, since it's all subjective, you can interpret it any way you want. But modern deconstruction, as it comes out of the universities, is highly left-wing. And it takes from a left-wing perspective. And even if you're a mischievous undergraduate who could do all kinds of funny things with Shakespeare and others using deconstruction, no, it's gotta be left-wing. Far left-wing. So you see this stuff, that's where it's from. What I don't understand is from the business standpoint, modern art, atonal music, and this stuff does not sell. Now, deconstructions in universities because they don't have to sell. I mean, universities are an ideal petri dish for parasites and diseases, and that's why we get deconstruction. But out of the real world, where the sun shines, this stuff, they're losing money on it. And that's where the political connections come in there. Why are they doing this? Why is Disney losing billions and billions on this? Where do they get the money? I know Disney had a lot of money, but holy cow. I wonder if maybe taxpayers' money isn't filtered in through here. It takes someone a little more connected than me to make that connection. But in any event, we see something that's wokeism, that's where it's from. It's from deconstruction in the universities. Apparently it happened in the 60s in Europe, but they laughed at it. But over here at American colleges, oh well, that's ideal. I mean, for those who have no talent, I mean, this is something they latched onto. Wokeism takes no talent. Deconstruction takes no talent. Indeed, talent slows things down, because then you may want to do it objectively. One of the reasons why modern art failed, because you have to start off with a subjective model. Don't do a house. Okay, an objective model. It has to be objectively do a house. Okay, it's nothing but paint. But you say, well, that's a house. I say, no, it's not. The atonal music could say, this is Naphthalene of a Faun, and it's a banging on a keyboard. That's still an objective piece of work. Literature was ideal because you already had an objective piece of work to work with. Wokeism and deconstruction is parasitical. It needs a host to do its damage. You need Star Wars in order to really get wokeism, something like that. I mean, it works best on established subjects, like Star Wars and Doctor Who. I mean, some of the reviews on have so hysterical. It's good just to laugh sometimes at this stuff. But no, it's like a parasite. It has to have a host body to work with. In of itself, it isn't strong enough. Atonal music just collapsed. Modern art collapsed. Aha, but they say, now with wokeism on film, because it works best in a visual medium. Aha, now we got something to work with. On the box office says no, but they keep doing it, and when they keep doing it, you're gonna keep seeing it. May not want to buy it, and don't. But, if I want to ask you, gee, where does wokeism come from? If it quote Polly and say it's deconstruction. Didn't you know that? Alright. It's just Polly. Oh, by the way, if you made it this far, subscribe please. Thank you.